Good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. It's MK Vlogs. You already know what it is. I don't even know if I should introduce myself as MK anymore because my name has changed. My last name has changed. So in this, I guess we'll say this is part one of the life update. I'll be, telling you a little bit about how I got married within 8 months of knowing my husband. How I went out of the country. I'm not going into too much detail because I do want to do a video with him present, and yeah, we'll give you more detail together, but I'll just give you a little bit what went down, child. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my makeup because I got some errands to run. I may take you guys along. It could be another video. Who knows? But let's go ahead and get started on this face, honey. Let me go ahead and pin this wig back, honey. You know, with all these flaws, your girl kind of popping, like. Anyways, hope all is well. Go ahead and moisturize my face, child, before we get started. But girl, can you believe I got married? First of all, let's talk about it. I had let the whole idea of marriage go. So for this man to come, you know what I'm saying, into my life and disrupt my life in a good way, I'm like, God, your thoughts are higher than mine. Was my will in the way? Was I blocking this man the entire time? So, let me tell you, I met him back in January of 2022, girl. Let me tell you, I was on an app. I'm not even gonna say the app. I'm gonna wait till babe is present before we go into detail. Okay? I was on this app. Let me get my makeup box. But I was on this app, child, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make my exit off this app because it's just not doing it for me, you know. And right when I was like, I'm finna make my exit, here come this high yellow man talking about, how Maisha, I think you put like a sunflower, talking about my photos was cute, boy. So anyways, neither of us were looking for, well, so he says, we were not looking for nothing serious. We were only looking for friendship. And I think his thing says something about meeting people globally or something like that, making friends globally or something like that. So I was like, okay, cool, you know, I'm not really looking for anything serious. I had kind of escaped. I don't want to use the word escape. I had kind of, you know how you deal with the same person for a while, but you know that the season has just ended, child. So that was my little situation. And anyway, my bad, Noelle just bum brushed in here about to knock my thing over. So I'm just gonna do a light face. But anyway, I had just, I wasn't really just looking for anything crazy serious. So he said the same thing. Well, we started to chat, and honey, let me tell you something. I ain't never known nothing like this. Outside of God, who is my everything, I ain't never met a man like this. Okay? So, mind you, at the time, we were just friends. We were just chatting. We were sharing details about our lives, religion, just day-to-day stuff. Well, child, I was starting to feel some type of way. Like, at this point, I think we or really it was him, y'all. And don't let him confirm. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but he basically was like, I ain't going nowhere. And you ain't going nowhere. So I was like, well, tell me, child. But anyway, I think after like a few weeks of talking to this man, of course, some things were established. Not relationship yet, but the first time I said I love you, we weren't even talking. It wasn't even like a month. And I was like, it's just really hard getting out because at this time we're spending like hours on the phone. Hours. Now let's backtrack. Mind you, my husband is African. So he's from Nigeria. I saw that in the bio. So I was like, before I start crushing on you, where do you live? And he was like, oh, I guess maybe he was thinking like, oh Lord, maybe this is a deal breaker. Should I do my neck? Because I got some discoloration. I'm gonna leave it for now. But anyway, he was like, I'm from Nigeria, Lagos. I was like, okay, is that where you currently reside? He was like, yes. Is that a deal breaker? I'm thinking, in my mind, is this what you really want to do? I'm like, well, you know what? At that time, since we were just kind of like on the friendship tip, this is way before the whole I love you thing came about. I was like, okay, what could it hurt? In my mind, I'm probably not even gonna see this person, but okay, we can talk, we can chat, because I was kind of Christian, like, Marty, this man is fine, okay? The conversation was conversationing, okay? So I'm like, hold on, sis. Let's really think about this. Let's be realistic. You live here, he lives there. It's 6,200 something miles away. Yes, I looked it up. So moving forward, let's go forward a month. I'm in a chokehold. Babe, when I tell you I'm about dead because man, it got me in a chokehold. Okay. And it's not even the way he made me feel, because it's not about feeling, because feelings can go away. I was already happy before I met him. I don't depend on nobody for my happiness but myself. I already had joy, but he brought so much more on top of that. So sorry for the scream. My baby in there going crazy with my niece and her cousin. So sorry about that. It was the connection. Like, the connection was unmatched. I could be feeling some type of way and it's like he would pick up on it. I don't know. This is a different type of connection, okay? Well, anyways, moving forward, relationship happens. And of course, way before the relationship, we had talked about marriage and children and what we want for our lives, and there was some things adding, like they were adding up. Sorry, some screaming in the background. Like I said, kids are here, so things were just adding up. Like everything was just aligning. That's what I'm trying to say. And he seemed like he balanced me out, like he was my equal. I'm supposed to be doing makeup, chat, and I got into the store time. So anyway, relationship happens. Well, one day I'm on the phone, because he always FaceTime me when he was at church, because he is a percussionist. And so, I'm not gonna lie, he was kind of acting, I don't know, it was just I'm not gonna say it was out of ordinary, but he was being more shy than normal, than usual. Now, mind you, this is a long distance relationship. Now, I didn't give a whole lot of people detail on where he was at the time, because it's nobody's business but mine. Child, they in there screaming. I done asked them to stop screaming. Welcome to the ghetto side of YouTube. I'm playing. So mind you, I had not really talked to anybody about him, excluding my mother. My mom has been supportive from day one. Like, I was not expecting for her to just eat this man up the way she did. They had talked, had been having conversation. Well, he had talked to my mama about marrying me. And of course they would talk here and there on Facebook and WhatsApp. Well, y'all, this man was at church and he proposed. I may have to, no, that's kind of like for me, but I would have inserted like a clip or something, but I just like moments like that kept to myself, but it was beautiful. He had written it out across the screen as he was playing his set for that Sunday. No, this actually was on a Tuesday. And I was blown away. And at first I thought he was playing. That's why, like, when I look back on the clip, because I screen record. Fortunately, I was screen recording. No, I had just started screen recording. I always screen record our conversation sometimes because, again, we're long distance. Well, dang, I done messed up my nose. Anyway, I had caught that on screen recording, and I thought he was playing. But of course, I answered back like a million times, yes, like, take me down the aisle. Take me down the aisle, please. So anyway, we're engaged. You know what I'm saying? I'm planning out this trip. Now, we get engaged July. It was July. And I had to go down to Atlanta in August. It was like August 5th. So it was like the week before that. Well, we got this whole trip planned to Nigeria, right? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, we could get married the first time I go see him. It's gonna be my first time meeting him in person. Or we could wait until March because I was gonna try to see him every 6 months. Well, I get to Nigeria. Let's move forward, honey. Because like I said, I can't go into too much detail. I get to Nigeria. The first day, I'm mind blown. The way I was taken care of, mind blown. It was little things that he picked up on that I liked. So I can't eat chicken or anything really on a bone. Any meat that's on a bone. So if I get a steak, I'll get like a filet mignon. If I get chicken, I'll get boneless chicken. If I get turkey, it's no bone present. Like, I just cannot. I don't know what's up with the bone. I don't know if it's like the brown stuff that be connected to the bone that be on the chicken or the me holding the phone is very much ghetto. But I was going through editing this video and I had to insert the reason why I said something about the chicken and stuff. He saw that I did not like bone in, and anytime that I ate turkey, he would shred up my meat and take out all the nasty stuff that I did not want. Thank you, Lord, again for this man. Every little detail he took care of. I did not have to think when I was with him. It was stuff I would forget and he would already have. I never had to touch a door, never had to buckle my shoe. I think but once, and it was because he was busy doing something. It was like, now that I'm thinking about it, girl, I ain't never had a man throw me no birthday party. Okay, first of all, I turned 30. 30's club, whoop whoop. Turned 30. That day, my friend had flew in or whatever to meet her guy. Well, I was so caught up in that moment that I kind of forgot about my birthday and I wasn't really concerned with my birthday. I did not expect anything, and I never go into anything with expectations because it sets you up for disappointment. So I didn't expect anything, and I was in a really great mood. For, like I said, I was just caught up in the moment. Girl, why he had us riding around in a boat, and we're riding around the city, and I'm like, okay, I know this girl is tired. She just got off this 11-12 hour flight. I'm sure she's ready to sit down. Why are we still in this car? Fine. I'm come to find out this man had some people there decorating. Shout out to Adora for what she did and her friend, for the food, the cake, like everything. It was phenomenal. I'm supposed to be doing makeup. I'm caught up because the story is juicy and I'm stuttering. So anyway, what do I be doing next, y'all? Let's put on a little lip. We gonna set this face. It's gonna look crazy because this camera, this ring light, but trust the process, girl. Trust the process. So anyway, phenomenal job. Okay, phenomenal job by Adora. Well, oh, my nose. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, anyway, I had to turn the camera away from the door. We got major company, and I feel like the closer it is to the door, the more sound is picking up. But anyway, baby surprised me with a birthday party. It was people there. I mean, we had a blast. I've never experienced that from a man ever. Okay, so also too, I noticed, okay, so over the phone, okay, mind you, I've talked to this man for 7 months without seeing each other in the physical. So on the phone, he was like real sweet, and he was real sweet in person. But I did not get the full effect of him being an alpha man until I met him. Girl, when I tell you, I'm still shook. I'm married. We're married. And I'm still shook. Like, I've always prayed for a man. God did just that. Like, here's another sign that God is real. I'm telling you, God be hearing me. I was specific in every specification that I feel like I prayed is in that man and more. He checked boxes that I didn't even know I needed checked. So anyway, birthday party happens. I think we had our first kiss on like the first day. I think we were leaving the airport, and he was recording. Oh, I'm blushing. That's cringe. He was like, give me a kiss, and we kissed, girl, and it was just, I'm still shocked. Well, anyways, let's jump forward a week. Like, that previous week I was mind blown. I did not even want to come home. I didn't want to come home. I was wanting to, hey, I'm finna pack up all my stuff. We staying in Nigerian, okay? Well, anyway, I'm not gonna get no makeup done telling this story. Well, anyway, we jumped forward a week, and he was like, babe, we should go ahead and finish getting this marriage license done. That was something that we talked about before I went to Nigeria. So I was like, okay, cool. Now, didn't really just have in mind that I was gonna get married that particular trip. Like I said, it was either gonna happen, this trip or the next trip, but I was betting on the next trip because of time and money. Well, he got everything done. I guess he had pulled some strings, and child, it was really kind of like go time. He already told me, that he wanted this for the rest of his life. Now, we all know that in America, we hear somebody marrying a Nigerian, we need somebody to check them out. We got to make sure they legit. They actually love you, and they not trying to come up with the okie doke. Woo! Let's bring that on back down, honey. I don't even know what setting I had on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know where I was at. Sorry. So anyway, he was genuine. He is genuine. Everything checked out. Child, went to the registry, got the license. Boom, boom, bam. The next day we got married. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Marriage, though it was created by God, it still scared the hell out of me. Okay? There's no way to prepare to be a wife. There are some ways that you can, but you're not gonna be 100%. I'm not gonna make a mistake. I'm perfect. No, it's two imperfect people, So that was in my mind, like, Lord, am I equipped to, be in this, this new thing you have for me? And so I said, you know what? If God if you gave this to me, Lord, I'm just gonna go with it. And it just felt like after prayer, meditating on it, things just seemed to fall in place. I did notice some things about him that I didn't notice before, same vice versa. I think we did get on each other's nerves for a second. I can't say he spoiled me, and his mistake, because now he gonna have to keep up that same, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that same energy, my boy. My boy, you gotta keep that same energy. Like, what do you, like, why did you come into this like this? He came in strong, honey. So anyway, yes, I ended up getting married. It was beautiful. I may insert a couple pictures, but as far as like the details of our relationship, I'll definitely wait until my husband is present, honey. And anyone else out there that is, you know, getting married to a Nigerian man, girl, shout out to you, honey, because the queen treatment, the princess treatment, is unmatched. It's unmatched. If you've been with an American man and you've suffered, please call 1-800-366-7424 for your claim. I'm kidding. No, it ain't that bad in America, but it definitely ain't like a Nigerian man, okay? So, let's talk about the family. His mother, my mom, my new mommy. Let me see something. I ain't never been served like that. I'm telling you, they really made it hard to come home. They made it really hard to come home, honey. I'm gonna have to fix that top. Don't do too much. Don't be looking too hard, because I ain't asked you all that. So anyway, we get married and I gotta come home. Am I gonna cry? We gotta come home. When I tell you the plane ride home was hard, yeah, it was hard. My whole countenance just changed. I don't even know if I want to talk about it. The plane ride home was hard, okay? Because you get so dependent on your husband, I can say husband, on doing certain things like buckling my shoe. Girl, I took my shoe off. And excuse me for the men watching, and I keep saying girl, it's just a habit. I took my shoe off and I couldn't get my shoe back on in my seat. And I started crying because I'm like, dang, like if my husband was here, he would have popped the whole thing on. You know, I would not have had to worry about that. And so I started getting choked up because I could not get my shoe on. Girl, I was a sweaty, hot mess. I mean, I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie to you. Leaving him, the last kiss, from the first kiss to the last kiss. So that is the only con. Like, if you marry someone in another country, it's a beautiful thing. However, there's realization that kicks in the closer you get to leaving, that you gotta leave this person behind. And then too, you're married now, so communication has to be A1. When I first got back, I honestly kind of didn't want to talk to him because it was just making me cry. It was really sad. I had a shirt. I'm getting choked up. I had a shirt. I still have it. And I sprayed it down with his cologne before I left. It was a shirt that he had worn. So it had his scent on it, his body scent. And I still smell it. So we're in November. We're coming up on 2 months since I left to go. In a couple weeks, it'll be 2 months since I've seen my husband. Now I'll see him in 4 months, which doesn't seem that far away. But when you're married, the connection is so different. The connection is just so different. So you just, I don't know. So just keep that in mind if you marry a Nigerian man. Now, also keep in mind too that once you are with this person, even if you're not married, it's really hard to go back. You know, I'm so glad that God blessed me the way that He did. I had been waiting. There was a waiting period I was in where I thought that it would never happen for me, so I let the idea go. The idea of even having a family, I just let it go. And I think that's what most of us don't realize, is that when we try to take control of a situation and make it our own and try to make things happen in our own time, that's when it doesn't happen. It's when we let it go and we give it back to God. So I'm not saying that I let it go like I didn't want it at all, because in the back of my head I still wanted it, but in that very moment I let it go. I just let it go. And that's when he popped up. And he just so happened to be using a VPN, which showed him in the United States. So, you know, people were asking questions, and I would say this and that, because it wasn't really none of their business. Look, there's a piece of confetti from Nigeria. It just disappeared. I don't know where it went. Oh, it just fell out. So, you know, people be asking, oh, I see you in a relationship. Where's your guy? Oh, girl, he lives out of state. I mean, you know, girl, I ain't got no makeup done. Nothing. Up here talking to y'all distracted. Y'all done got me choked up. So anyway, ooh, child, you gotta get quiet to focus. So yeah, that is that. I done married the man of my dreams. The man of my dreams. He's like just the ideal. So then too, y'all, my child. Let's talk about Noelle. I'd be kind of nervous bringing people around my child, because she gets attached, because her father isn't just here the way she would like and I would like. First of all, he lives out of state. He's like 13 to 15 hours away. I can't remember the distance, but it's far. So you live in another state, and it's just, you know, just wasn't working out. Well, God, you know, the way God orchestrated this whole thing, Noelle and my husband have their own relationship. It wasn't forced. I didn't have to play dictator and make her call him anything. She gives him the utmost respect. It's like I have the ideal family, you know, and seeing him in person, the way he takes care of his siblings, just, you know, when I say I was outdone, I'm still outdone. There are many things that, you know, I mean, I could not have asked for a better husband. If I asked for him to pray with me at the drop of a dime, he will. He did. He has. I mean, just, I think I've asked him to pray for me. No questions asked. Praying. So, I don't know. It's like so many words. I mean, I can't even conjure up the words to describe this man. But I got married in Nigeria we are planning an American wedding. Okay. Please go have a seat. We are planning an American wedding, but I still kind of want it to be like Niger theme. I really want a nice native attire. Which the first wedding, honestly, I wanted to wear my native attire that he had made for me. But he was like, nah, this is what I want you to wear. I want us to be formal. I was like, okay, say less. That's another thing, y'all. Let's talk about it. I ain't never been this submissive. When you're with the right man, it just comes naturally. I didn't think that I had it in me because I am strong. I was independent. I was ooh. But when the right man comes along, honey, that you pull that down. Pull it down. Pull it down. I instantly soft. I couldn't do anything for myself. I was dainty. And I think he was eating that up. He was eating that up, honey. He was eating that up. I'm sure he's going to see this video. And he may confirm. Maybe I can get him to leave a comment. Because he is one of my subscribers. Shout out to Dave for supporting my channel. He subscribed to my channel earlier this year and had been watching my videos. So yeah, it has been a dream come true. The fact that he's in ministry, involved, serving, you know, just doing his thing. I like it from far back. Okay, up close it's not bad. But yeah, y'all, so anyways, that is the story on a little bit of how we met. The marriage. I'll go into super detail when I see him, because it was like I'm leaving out my aunt and uncle. My aunt and uncle, they're like extra set of parents. They're like my babies. They actually are my real life pastors. They're everything to me. Like, so of course I had to tell my uncle because he's like a father figure in my life. And my auntie, she's like a mother figure in my life. She's like my spiritual mom. She don't even know. Maybe she does know because she is prophet. Baby, they are like some leading people in my life. Like, I wouldn't be who I am without them. Like, it really does take a village raising a child. And I thank God that he blessed my mom with a brother like my uncle and an aunt and a sister like my aunt. So it's my mom's brother and they are married. But yeah, those are my pastors. And so anyway, I'll get in detail later, but just know that I was almost, it was like I was telling my dad that I was getting married. As I was telling my aunt and uncle, like, you know, it was scary. I'm like, why am I so scared? Why am I so scared? Oh my God. Child was shaking in my boots. And you know what she told me? Girl, we already knew your uncle seen it. God showed your uncle. God plays too much. God always doing the most. No, but he really do. He really do be showing out. Shout out to God, who is the head of my life. And that's another thing, y'all. I didn't have to change who I was in Christ for this man. I've had to do that in previous relationships, and shame on me for even choosing. You know what I'm saying? You know, we do stupid things. You know, but I had to change who I was. You know what I'm saying? In Christ. To fit someone else, for them to be comfortable in their sin and in their worldly lives. And so I didn't have to do that with my husband. I didn't have to do that. He was like, listen, I'm down with G-O-D. You ain't got to do that. We in this together. Period. So y'all, I just want to put on some some what do you call this stuff? Mascara. Cause I'm just going to run some errands. I don't want to be too cute. So yeah, y'all. Ended up telling my aunt and uncle now. And that was a whole trip. But like I said, I'll give you more detail when the one and only Carter is available. So I will be taking another trip in March to see him. Long distance marriage is not for the weak. I'm telling you, I'll probably cry once a week. I give myself, that moment. I'm allowed to have that moment. This is your husband. You know what I'm saying? For those who are married, you're without. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be strong. It's not for the weak. And not just that, the connection, the hugs, the things that you need in your daily life. The help, you know what I'm saying? The help that you need. You have to think about all this stuff. Like, that leaves when you leave. And up until you see him again, it's just how it's gonna be. So keep that in mind, honey. Concealer. Ain't nothing but the devil. So just keep that in mind. Girl, look at this mess. Just keep that in mind, honey. Can it look like a gold, like a highlight? Let it be a highlight, Lord. So anyway, I will be back in another video to tell you about my weight loss. But this was just telling you about how I got married, child. And I'm just admiring these eyebrows. I'm a whole trip. But yes, girl. Anyways, let me put my clothes on. I'm gonna go ahead and post this video and continue vlogging my earrings. See you in the next.